All right. Shalom, shalom. This is Dua Judah coming in with another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and double honors to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders apostle Great Millstone. Preach his word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim that's scattered through the four corners of the earth. Preach his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim that be like unto the speckled bird. Preaching his word truthfully, faithfully, and sincerely. And shalom to y'all. And the title of this lesson is going to be, war. War is in the air. And to the precept to that, it was Revelations chapter 11, verse 14, King James Bible, Holy Bible. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. So, these are the times that we are living in. We're living in a time of war. Just like the scripture says, wars and rumors of wars. Especially, you got protesters all over the world. Here in the U.S., which is Babylon the Great, modern day, and uproars of the people. Just like the situation over there in the Middle East. We got the two nations clashing with each other. That's a sound of a war drums, that's that World War III. Just like it says in the book of Revelation, second war is past, behold the third war coming quickly. So, we're living in those times of war, because, it's war in the air. Because, it's nations arise against nations and kingdom against kingdom. Because, the war is going to get brew up very heavily, because the times that we are living in, it's going to be constant wars, constant rumors of wars, nations bucking up against each other. Nations going to have that strife and anger towards one another. One other nation go think they are better than the next one, and then all these other nations against Babylon the Great. It's like the scripture says, the weak say I'm strong. These militaries of these other nations and these different countries of these nations building up their military, because they not scared of the big bad wolf no more, Babylon, modern day Babylon, So, you got China, Russia, Iran, allies of the Ishmaelites, which is the modern day Arabs. They gonna click up with the modern day Palestinians, the Ishmaelites. They gonna click up against modern day Israel. Over there with those Edomites at. That's taking over the Holy Land, because those not the real people of the Lord. The real people of the Lord is the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That makes up the 12 tribes, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And the Israelites that look like the speckled bird as well too. So, that's that war. It's wars in the air, uprises in the air, causes divisions in the air. So, that's those times we living in. We're living in a high capacity of war, high capacity of wars and rumors of wars, just like the scriptures have said in the Holy Bible. So, we living in those times, So, we're living in that wartime mode, because all these nations ain't going to get along with each other, Just like how the way Esau, Edom try to do this mixing pot, like all nations to come together. It's not preordained to happen that way, and it's going to continue to be that way since the beginning, Because Most High, He's a creator of all things, He's the one that caused divisions, caused separation, caused division against two different nations or multiple nations, So, it ain't all about love all the time, It's not like that, That's why the Most High caused high divisions around throughout the whole planet Earth, So, these are the times that we are living in. And I'm bringing in the scripture for the second last time. And this is the book of Revelations, chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. So we're living in those World War III times, So we're living at World War III is heavily approaching as these prophecies are showing right before our eyes, you know. So, war is brewing in the air. That World War III, you know, against these other nations, bucking up against each other, you know. All these other nations going against each other. All these nations clicking up against another nations. So, this is the times that we are living in. That's that war, those war drums. That war is brewing in the air. So, this was a quick lesson that I just wanted to bring it out in the spirit. So, with that, I would like to give all praise and some glory and double honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders, Apostle Great Millstone, preaching his word, truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim that's got through the four corners of the earth, preaching his word, truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching his word, truthfully, faithfully, and sincerely. And with that, I will say, Shalom.